Hello, and welcome back to Destiny Digits. This is an expression number 11 reading. In numerology, your expression number talks about the potential that you have in this life. You have a core chart in numerology that consists of 4 numbers: your life path, your expression, your soul urge, and your birthday. Just like in astrology, how you would track your sun, moon, rising, Venus, or north node, you can track these core numbers to kind of get a sense of the energy that you're in and, the situations that are taking place around you. And so when I do readings, I'm offering readings based on your core chart and those vibrations. You find your expression number by using your full birth name, okay? And if you don't know how to do that, you can always click the link in the description box. That'll take you. You'll type in your name, it'll give you the number, and then that'll help you when you find the video that matches that number for you, okay? So your expression is your potential based on your full birth name. Life path is probably what most of us are familiar with, and that talks about an opportunity that we have in this lifetime based on a set of traits that we are born with. Alrighty. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to pull 3 cards from Oracle, and then I will take note of the bottom of the deck. I'll pull 3 numerology cards and then a 9-card box spread. And while I'm pulling, I'm going to be talking about the traits of what it means to be a number 11. So if you didn't know, number 11 is a master number. And so those are energies that come into this life, and their mission, everybody's mission is vital and important and insignificant. But a master number almost has like an energetic frequency where it may feel like they have a little more to achieve, or the shoes that they are stepping in are just very big shoes to fill. Okay. And so what does it mean to be 11? 11s are like the light in the world, the way showers. They illuminate the way for others. Now, we're talking about energy here, so we understand that there's a spectrum. We're not always going to be vibrating high, and sometimes our energy can shift to a lower state based on situations, people surrounding us, or just based on where we are in life. And so when you are the highest form of an 11, you are very considerate, very sensitive. You're understanding. You're like the people's person. You just get it, right? And not only do you get the plight of others, but you can show them through it. You're very inspirational. You're a dreamer. And you help people tap into those aspects of themselves. Now, that's the high vibrations. Now, some of the lower vibrations of an 11 would be feeling misunderstood, becoming vindictive, losing confidence, being self-critical, being shy or withdrawn, right? And so if you're the way shower and you're shy, you're withdrawn, you're self-conscious and self-critical, that really doesn't align. And so just think based on some of those descriptions about the current space that you're in and what's happening around you in your life. And you can kind of get an idea of whether or not you are tapping into your potential in a full and holistic way. So let's talk about the cards pulled so far. So the first card we pulled was Unknown Territory. You are exactly where you need to be. So you are going somewhere, doing something, surrounding yourself with people that you don't feel any familiarity to. I got 2 minutes. I'm going to pull these again. But Spirit's message is to you that even when things look foreign, even when things don't look right, feel right, they may be uncomfortable in this space right now, please know that you are where you need to be. The next card we got was Mystic Healer. It says healing energy flows through you. And I think that is consistent with what you are as an 11. It's through your vision. It's through your empathy. It's through your ability to understand and to make people feel comfortable, that you're able to show them a different perspective, a different way. Now, beneath Mystic Healer, we have transformation. It says a fresh new way of living emerges. So something in your life is shifting, and right now it just doesn't look like home. It doesn't feel like home. But Spirit says, no worries, no worries. Something major is happening within you and outside of you. At the bottom of the deck, we have crossing bridges. It's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. And so you are crossing a threshold in your life. And once you get to the other side, nothing will be the same. Things that are broken will be repaired. There are connections that you are going to make with people that you can only make once you're on the other side. And so this is a time to kind of release the past and release the things that came before this experience, because it may no longer serve a purpose, right? And so part of being in that unknown territory is your ability to let go of what you knew and accept and embrace the things that you no longer know, but that you will become familiar with as you continue to take this journey. If you didn't know, you should know that you are a mystic healer. You have the ability to heal yourself, and that is not easy to do. And many don't know how to do that. We all know pain, but not many of us know how to come back from it and to put ourselves together again. And so that energy exists within you, and it's also in you because others need it. And that is when it begins to flow through you. Okay? So something in your life is transforming. And Spirit is saying that this is new to you, but it is necessary for you to live out life and complete the mission that you are destined to do. So let's go over the numerology cards. Next to unknown territory, we have balanced and sympathetic. And these are energies of 6. And 6 are very responsible, loving people, very protective. And so I believe that Spirit is saying that as you go through this space that is unfamiliar and unknown, it's important that you embrace this experience with love. Be sympathetic to the paths of those that you cross. Really look at this new experience with kind eyes, right? And be balanced within yourself so that you can take in all things, and just be centered. Next to Mystic Healer, we have unrealistic, impractical, and blaming. And so this doesn't have to be an energy that you carry, but this could be an energy that is projected onto you from others, and so to be a healer, to know that you can heal and others can heal. Some people may think that that's just not practical and it's unrealistic, right? And so the energy of 9 that deals with those energies, that's like a very selfless energy. 9s in numerology are givers. And sometimes when they don't feel like they have anything to give, or when they're just in a lower space, instead of helping people and understanding situations from a very kind energy, they can tend to blame people. Their approach is bitter, right? And so if this is if this is how you are looking at life and people, shift that. Realize that you have a gift to heal, and you may be learning that right now. Maybe that wasn't apparent to you, but you are a mystic healer, and others don't have that gift. And so sometimes when we're talking to people and they're telling us their stories, or when we're watching things unfold around us, we can just be a little harsh in those situations when we're not tapping into the higher aspects of who we are. And so Spirit, I guess, in this situation is just saying, to be accepting and to embrace others from a loving, from an energy of love. But first, embrace yourself that way. Don't blame yourself. Don't chastise yourself. Don't be your own worst enemy or your biggest critic. And that is an energy that's consistent with 11s when they're not vibrating very high. And then lastly, we have transformation. We have intuitive and inspirational. And so that is literally what you do. You inspire others to get up and to keep going. And when things seem very dark and impossible, you reassure them that it is possible to heal. It's possible to get through. It's possible to renew self, to renew your spirit. You can regenerate. Nothing lasts forever. Good times, bad times, there's always going to be change, but it's the way that you change that matters most. So now I'm going to use the tarot to do a 9-card box spread. The card in the center, which is the moon, kind of talks, this is where I begin the reading. So far we have 2 of swords and we have the moon. After the moon, we have the sun. Underneath the 2 of swords, we have the 7 of swords. Underneath the moon, we have the devil. And so we currently have 5 cards out. And 3 of them are major arcana cards. Alrighty, so I say that to say that when you're using tarot cards, of course, the major arcana cards, the cards that are not a part of suits, these talk about major life experiences, right? These are major shifts. The energies that deal with the suits, the pentacles, the swords, the wands, the cups, that kind of talks about, why did I do that? That talks about day-to-day energies and situations that we endure. But it's the majors that really reveal to us that something major is happening in our life. At the bottom of the deck, we have 3 of cups. This is an energy of emotional fulfillment and celebrations, something to be joyful about. It's fun, it's loving. This is where you get to come together with others and have a good time because you're raising your glasses, you're cheersing something. All right, 11s. So in the center, we have the moon. So the moon talks about, I think it's amazing that the moon and the sun are right next to each other because what was hidden is about to no longer be hidden. But nonetheless, we have the moon, which talks about things that we can't see, things that we don't know. This is secrets. This could be, somebody intentionally hiding something from us or, something that we just haven't grown yet to see or to know, right? Now, after the moon, we have the sun, and the sun talks about happiness and joy. But I believe because these 2 are in contrast to one another, I believe that this talks about what was hidden is now being revealed or is now coming to light, right? So before we get to this unknown energy of the moon, we have the 2 of swords. And this is somebody that is intentionally not wanting to see something, right? Whether it's intentionally hidden by the moon or not. This 2 of swords energy talks about being in a split mind, not making a decision, but it's about being at a stalemate, being at a crossroads within yourself, right? On one side, you have an option, the other side you have a different option. But so this sword is pointing to the moon, something that you didn't know, something secret, something that you can't see. This sword is pointing to the mystic healer. And so I think I mentioned before that if you didn't know that this was who you are or what you possess, this is going to be revealed to you. And I feel like in this situation, somebody's involved in this situation. And I think intuitively, they may feel something, but they're not cooperating with what they feel within. And they're deciding to just not yet choose, right? Maybe there's more that they need to know. Maybe they can't see enough. And obviously with the blindfold, vision is blocked. There is no clarity and understanding. And there's no clarity because something is secret, right? But then here comes the sun that reveals all and makes all unknown now known. So that middle row talks about the current space that we're in, right? Now, the bottom row talks about the baggage that we brought to this situation, something that lies in our subconscious, something hidden, something, just talks about a space that we were at prior to getting here. So before you got into the space of not being able to make a decision about what to do or where to go, beneath that was the energy of a Seven of Swords. And sometimes this can be a ruthless energy, right? This is someone intentionally deceiving you, lying, right? This is somebody that knows the truth but refuses to offer it to you. And so if you were dealing with an energy who deceived you, who misled you, manipulated you, right? It makes sense that you weren't able to see clearly or decide something. Now, the Seven of Swords leads us to the devil energy, which is something toxic. This is about, and that's beneath the moon. So what was hidden is that someone's intentions were not pure. And so the devil energy talks about, being involved with a person, being in a situation, being a part of something, people, places, and things that really are not good for you. And if this doesn't involve anybody else, and if this is just about you, then this is you involving your own energy into something that is really bringing out the worst in you. So that could be an addiction. That could be habits. That could be something where we have crossed a boundary. It's grown to be out of control. And it's eating away at us. It's not bringing us life. It's just kind of keeping us in this dark space that we feel like we cannot break free from. So we have deception, lying, stealing, manipulating, hiding information. And what was being hid was that something was devilish, something was toxic, but you didn't know that, you couldn't see that. And so this inability to choose is because something intentionally was stopping you from seeing. You couldn't see why this was toxic. Now, this could be a person, it could be a place or a thing. You will know best. And after we have this devil energy, we have the Page of Wands, which is, pages are kind of like the suits of messengers. They give messages. A knight takes that message and pursues it. The kings and queens have mastered it, right? And when we're talking about messages, we're talking about messages of energy that trigger something within us to go after or to have a desire for. And so a page is, this is about a passion. This is something that you are energetically drawn to. And so I feel like, the sun had to reveal to you what you were connected to, right? And the energy of a page is somebody that is, sometimes it can talk about physical youth, a younger person, but it can also talk about an energy, an energy that is unrefined, something new, right? Something that hasn't yet developed or flourished. It hasn't yet become a knight, hasn't yet become a queen, a king or queen. So this is a new energy. This is something, something that you haven't yet mastered. It could be a good news message, a message of good news. It could be something that triggers something inside you to want more, to go after, right? And so I feel like there was someone, I want to say it's someone, but there was just a situation that was toxic and it kept you blind. And I feel like it stifled your intuition. I feel like it took away your ability to be the light, right? I feel like someone was essentially stealing your light, your force, your energy, all the good aspects of who you were. I feel like it was intentionally targeted. We'll say that, right? And it was this experience that began the initial transformation. It was this experience that taught you something about yourself. This was a message to you about you. right? Sometimes, the people and the situations that are opposite us, we hear that they're reflections, but better yet, I think that they're teachers. They are revealing something to us. And so when we are in something that is abusing and misusing us, I feel like those are indicators that we are in a wrong space. We are with the wrong person. We are doing the wrong things. And so what do we do about it, right? And so, this transformation that took place within you propelled you to this space where you now are learning something that was hidden, something you didn't know, something that you couldn't see, something that you just were never clear about. And you don't know your own power until it is stolen and misused, right? And I think whatever happened, I think Spirit is saying that it triggered something inside of you. It turned something on that was dormant, right? And so instead of looking at this situation and blaming what took place on others, Spirit is asking you to see that this has transformed you into this mystic healer, right? You have the ability to heal others. You literally can put people back together. You can show people the beauty of life. But first, you had to see the darkest parts of life. You had to deal with situations that forced you to transform. They forced you to choose. They forced you to see. And now that you see, most importantly, the first thing, you are supposed to see you, your ability, your gift. And so I can't say don't worry too much about the situation because it impacted you greatly. But what I can say is that it was necessary for you to understand who and what you are, right? Anybody living on this earth at this moment is not here for themselves. We are here because there is something, that we are supposed to give and offer to another. And so sometimes you don't know what you offer. You don't know what you have until you're shown. And you can be shown in a way that's painful and deceitful, or you can be shown in a way that's joyous and, heart-filled. But nonetheless, I think that pain, deception, deceit, I think those are great teachers, right? Because the lesson comes fast and you have no choice but to stop and decide, am I going to learn? Am I going to grow? Or am I going to wallow, right? And so now you understand something about yourself, something about you has been revealed, right? And so that takes you to this next energy, right? So here we have a choice. Above this conflict, mental conflict, we have, this is when you get to unknown territory. So I've realized something about myself based on what I endured. It transformed me. Something about me is special and unique. Something about me, is foreign to many. I have something. And I have to do something with it. So now we're in this unknown territory where we feel out of place, unbalanced. Spirit says you're exactly where you need to be. So above this indecision, we get to this space of this Two of Cups energy. This is when two equal energies are coming together in offering. Now, can you imagine being opposite this Seven of Swords energy and then going into this Two of Cups energy and trying to trust it? If this is a person, but you first dealt with deceit and now you finally meet somebody who is equal, like, would you just trust it right away? It's kind of scary because you know what you've been through. Now, if this is not a person, this is about you tapping into the higher aspects of who you are. But nonetheless, all of this territory, this top row is unknown to you, right? And so now we have an offer of love, and with an energy that is balanced and sympathetic, much different from deceptive. And this Two of Cups energy leads you to this Four of Wands. This is the card of building something stable. This is the home card. Fours in numerology are builders, very responsible people. They can hold down They can hold down people and they can do the mundane every day. But nonetheless, sometimes we can say that this is a card of marriage, right? This is where two people or two things, two energies come together and create something that others can see and celebrate. Now, so we have this equal offer that speaks to our soul. It will allow us to build and establish what we wanted, and it'll provide us with this seed from spirit, this pentacle, where we have a duty to do something with this pentacle. If you don't accept this from spirit, it will go nowhere, right? But if you accept it and you want to make it materialize and grow, then you have to nourish it and you have to nurture it. And this may be foreign to you. Spirit says you are where you need to be. It looks weird. It feels weird. Of course, we don't want to, trust, because we've been taught that when we do trust or when we do put ourselves in situations, sometimes it doesn't feel good when they get to the end, because we realize things that were hidden, right? But in order to be in this unknown territory, in order to accept this cup and to establish something that you can grow, that you can harvest into something abundant, the unknown territory is the fact that you have to heal in order to even get to this place, right? And so when you have the ability to heal, that is the unknown territory that you can repair your heart, your spirit, your mind. And once doing that, you will find your like-minded, partner. You will find a journey that resonates with you, but it will feel very foreign. But it's through your ability to heal yourself that you will get here. In the things that healers have tough journeys, right? It almost feels like you have to be broken in many, many, many ways. Right? But every break is an opportunity for you to practice your gift on yourself before you step out into the world and begin teaching and showing others. And it seems like finally you are at this place where you may not have to repair yourself anymore. I mean, you will, but it will be different, right? Because you will be doing it alongside others as you teach them, as you show them. So that's where we get to the crossing bridges card. It says it's time for healing, connecting, mending, and releasing. We release the darkness that we've been through, but we realize it transformed us and it revealed gifts to us. There are things that are broken within us that we must mend. That's where we practice our own gift on us and within us. The connection comes when we meet people, places, and things that we can use this gift, that need us, that need this gift that you possess, right? And as you heal and show others how to heal, you will continue to heal. You will continue to manifest and to be given seeds from spirit that you can grow. And if this is a partnership, then it will be one that is beautiful. And the partner you attract most likely will have a story that is very familiar to yours. This won't be somebody that you have to repair. This will be somebody that will tell you how they had to walk a path that was very painful. They too had to repair themselves, right? And so if this is you meeting a partner to go out and to fulfill the mission that Spirit has destined for you, then that's beautiful. If this is about you working with the other aspect of who you are, right? This is just the natural old human. And on the other side, this is the mystic healer. And you're bringing them both together because you have to establish something. You have to do something. At the bottom of this tarot deck is the Three of Cups. That's that celebration. And to come from the Seven of Swords, the Devil, the Moon, the Two of Swords, and progress into this top row is absolutely unknown territory. But Spirit is saying, stay balanced. Within yourself. Be sympathetic to where you came from, right? Understand that it was necessary, and understand that the people you crossed paths with that were not the best version of themselves to you, even at times you have to be sympathetic to them, right? But nonetheless, life is always going to take us on journeys with twists and turns. And the best way that we can accomplish these missions is to cooperate with it, not to, attempt to control situations, people, places, or things, and to adapt, right? Because that's when things about us are revealed to us. So this is the potential you have. And if this is the experience that you are presently in, 11, master number 11, the light shower, this is you showing yourself. This is you showing being your own light, right? This is you pulling yourself up out of something and then going on to be able to do that for others. So if this is your expression number, this is the potential that you have in this life. This is what you can do and you can offer to yourself and to others. I hope that was meaningful, useful. I hope that there was a nugget at least in there that you could use. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon.